lunchbox.
Presente Perú.
¿Es free?
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters, I've been asked to announce that all the zone meetings which were postponed due to Ibrahim's talk will start immediately after Ibrahim finishes talking. Thank you. Excuse me, there's another thing. Ibrahim, you asked your help not to use flash while she's talking, because it's very disturbing. Thank you.
Saudara-saudara yang saya hormati dan saya cintai, saya memuji syukur kepada Tuhan bahwa pada hari ini saya sehat, walafiat hingga dapat memenuhi permintaan saudara-saudara untuk memberikan ceramah lagi sebelum saudara-saudara meninggalkan konferensi.
Brothers and sisters whom I respect and I love, I give praise to Almighty God that here I am today, healthy and well, and able to give you a talk as you requested before you all leave the Congress.
Saya di dalam memberikan penerangan memang sengaja saya tidak memberikan terlalu panjang agar saudara-saudara sekalian dapat mengikuti
When I give talks, when I give my explanations, I intentionally keep them short, and their purpose is to help you to understand better the kejiwaan or the life of our soul.
Jadi yang perlu itu saudara merasakan dan memanfaatkan latihan kejiwaan seperti ini. Sebetulnya di dalam latihan kejiwaan seperti ini tidak harus terlalu banyak kita berbicara, tetapi resapkanlah apa yang saudara terima di dalam latihan kejiwaan.
In fact, what is really important for each one of us is to feel and to benefit from our own latihan. It is indeed right that in matters relating to the latihan, we don't talk too much. It's because it's not about talking, but about really absorbing for ourselves what we receive in the latihan and letting it settle into our being.
Janganlah merasa tergantung pada seseorang atau kepada siapapun. Mengingat dulu waktu Bapak masih ada. Setelah Bapak pergi, saudara-saudara merasa ditinggalkan dan merasa kehausan karena tidak dapat meneruskan atau tidak ada yang meneruskan yang dapat memenuhi kebutuhan daripada saudara-saudara sekalian.
Indeed, it's better that you don't learn to depend on a particular person or to depend on someone other than yourself. You will remember how you felt when Papa passed away, that you felt a kind of a thirst or a lack because there was no one left, there was no one to attend to your need in the way that Papa had done.
Kalau sekarang saya di sini, bukanlah saya mengganti kehidupan Bapak, tapi atas kemurahan Tuhan dan atas izin daripada kekuasaan Tuhan yang telah saya terima, maka saya mohon kepada saudara-saudara bahwa janganlah menganggap saya ini adalah seseorang yang bisa meneruskan apa yang sudah dirintis.
When I talk to you now, it is not to replace Papa. I am able to do this by God's grace and by God's permission, but not as a substitute for Papa or as a successor to what Papa brought you.
Karena semua ini adalah begitu datang sendiri Bapak, hingga saya diberi kekuatan untuk dapat menghadapi saudara-saudara sekalian yang ternyata mungkin belum pernah mengenal saya atau kita jarang mengadakan komunikasi, tetapi ada rasa kepercayaan daripada saudara-saudara sekalian terhadap diri saya.
But the fact is that it is by God's grace that Almighty God has given me the strength to face all of you, even though many of you don't know me and we haven't communicated a lot, but you feel some trust towards me and towards what I'm saying.
Dan yang saya rasakan tidak lain adalah karena kedekatan saya dengan saudara-saudara sekalian, yaitu akibat atau hasil daripada latihan kejiwaan selama ini kita ikuti bersama.
And maybe this feeling of closeness that we feel towards each other is the result of the latihan kejiwaan which we have practiced for some time.
Jadi ini perlu saya utamakan atau saya bicarakan sebelum saya memulai sambutan saya.
This was something I felt I had to say before I start my talk.
Saudara-saudara, kalau kemarin kita membicarakan soal isi daripada susu, maka hari ini akan saya mulai membicarakan yaitu mengenai tujuan daripada latihan kejiwaan susu yang kita alami.
If the other day I spoke about the content of Subud, today I want to speak about the purpose or the aim of the latihan kejiwaan that we do.
Tujuan daripada latihan kejiwaan susu yang kita jalankan ini adalah kita berusaha untuk dapat mendekatkan diri pada kekuasaan Tuhan, yaitu melalui latihan kejiwaan, di mana kita menyadari dan meyakini bahwa setiap anggota, yaitu setiap saudara-saudara itu telah menerima sentuhan daripada kekuasaan Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, di mana kita akan dituntun untuk menjalankan hidup kita di dunia ini maupun untuk di akhirat nanti.
Brothers and sisters, this purpose that I'm talking about, the purpose of the latihan, is to come closer to the power of God. Because from our experience in the latihan, we are convinced that each one of us has been touched by God's power. A touch that will guide us both in our life in this world and our life after we have died.
Seperti yang telah dititik beratkan dalam akan-akan, bahwa kita diadakan oleh Tuhan dan tentu kita akan kembali ke Tuhan.
Because as has been emphasized in religion, we come from Almighty God and we will certainly return to Him.
Dan bagi saudara-saudara sekalian yang sudah mengikuti latihan kejiwaan ini, meskipun hidup ini bagaikan mimpi, kalau dibandingkan bahwa hidup jiwa adalah tidak ada batasnya, artinya abadi.
And for all of you, the truth is that this life is actually like a dream compared to the reality of the life of the jiva or the soul, which is eternal.
Maka di dalam menyelesaikan mimpi ini, pergunakanlah kita hidup sesuai dengan kehendak Tuhan. Yang tentu ya ide ini atau cita-cita ini tidak mudah untuk dilakukan oleh manusia seperti kita ini yang hidup di dunia ini di dalam serba ada dan serba enak dan mungkin serba sengsara.
And in dealing with this dream while we are here, we have brothers and sisters, in dealing with this dream while we are here, we have to deal with it. We have to go through it in accordance with God's will, in the way God has laid down, which may be a life where everything is provided and it is full of luxury, or it may be a life that is full of suffering and misery.
Dan Tuhan menciptakan kita di dunia ini tentu saja bukan tidak ada alasan atau tidak ada gunanya. Maka tentu ini merupakan suatu kehendak Tuhan, di mana manusia dicoba kembali untuk dapat menguasai atau dapat kembali seperti apa yang diciptakan Tuhan, yaitu manusia sebagai manusia.
And it is sure that God didn't create us all in this place here without a purpose or just at random. It is clear that there was a purpose to our being born in this life, and the purpose is to test us whether we are able to return to our original state, that is, to the state of a human being as God originally created us.
Karena seperti kita ketahui bersama bahwa kita diciptakan di dunia ini disertai dengan berbagai kebutuhan, yaitu dari berbagai roh atau berbagai pendamping daripada hidup saudara-saudara sekalian, yaitu seperti yang tidak asing lagi bagi saudara-saudara, yaitu dikatakan ada roh dewani, roh tumbuh-tumbuhan, roh hewan, dan roh jasmani. Dan di atas manusia ada roh rohani, ada roh rohani dan rohani.
And for this purpose, we have been provided with, or for our time in this world, we have been provided with the various life forces or elements which make up our being, which are companions for us while we are here, whose names you are already familiar with. That is the
dengan tidak saudara sadari bahwa segala roh-roh ini telah membantu di dalam hidup saudara di dunia ini.
Although you are not aware of it, each one of these life forces has been helping you to live in this world.
Meskipun ada di antara daya-daya ini yang dapat menyimpangkan perjalanan saudara, tapi itu sebetulnya bukan kesalahan dari daya-daya ini, tetapi adalah kesalahan dari manusia itu sendiri.
And although it is true that some of these life forces can lead you astray on your way through life, this is actually not their intention and it is not their fault. It is in fact the fault of, it's your own fault as a human being.
Dan ini sebetulnya Tuhan, kalau dapat dikatakan, menjadi keprihatinan kekuasaan Tuhan, maka berkali-kali dikirim utusan-utusan, yaitu untuk memperbaiki keadaan dan martabat dari manusia-manusia itu.
And although it's difficult to express it in this way, this fact is a concern to the power of Almighty God. And that is the reason why He repeatedly sends messengers to mankind in order to try and raise the standard or the level on which human beings live.
Ini memang suatu sejarah kehidupan, dan semuanya itu adalah atas kehendak Tuhan.
This is in fact the history of the existence of life in the universe and exists by God's will and God's decree.
Karena dengan kekuasaan Tuhan, melalui, ya saya dapat dikatakan Bapak, sebagai manusia biasa yang telah diberi anugerah. Mengapa ini saya katakan suatu anugerah? Bahwa tidak mungkin seseorang dapat merintiskan sesuatu sentuhan Tuhan yang sekarang dapat dirasakan oleh sebagian dari saudara-saudara sebut, yaitu saudara-saudara di sini yang mengikuti kongres ke-10 ini.
And in this context, it was God's will to decree the life of Papa as a gift from God. Why do I call it a gift? Because other than through God's power, it is impossible for a human being to receive and pass on or pioneer the development or the growth of this contact with God's power that Papa has passed on to all of us, to all of you, each one of you attending this 10th Subud World Congress.
Dan kalau ada orang sebut atau saudara sebut yang belum percaya atau masih ragu-ragu mengenai datangnya latihan
if there are still those of you who are not yet convinced or are still doubting about the reality or the origin of the experience that you have received in the Latihan, the fact is that you can prove it for yourself and confirm it for yourself through your own experience, your own inner being, and what you yourself experience in the Latihan.
Dengan latihan kejiwaan, bukan saja jiwa saudara yang berkembang, tetapi juga peserta-peserta yang ada di dalam diri saudara. Yaitu yang saya katakan tadi, pesertanya dari tumbuhan, hewan, hewani, dan sesali. Karena dengan latihan, mereka menjadi hidup bersama saudara. Jadi kalau saudara melalaikan jiwa saudara sendiri sebagai kodrat Tuhan, sebagai manusia, maka saudara akan masuk di dalam daya peserta itu yang saudara punyai.
And when you progress, as you progress in the Latihan, it is not only your human soul that makes progress, but all the subhuman forces which make up your being, all the companions that Iburai mentioned earlier, each of these also makes progress in the sense that they come alive and grow with you and live with you as you go forward. But if you then neglect your human soul, then on the contrary, you will enter the world of these lower life forces which accompany you and which have been living with you.
Tetapi kalau saudara-saudara bisa membawa peserta-peserta yang telah membantu hidup saudara di dunia ini, hingga dapat membawa saudara-saudara mendapatkan kepuasan di dalam kehidupan saudara ini, maka mereka pun akan berterima kasih. Karena nantinya apabila saudara-saudara harus meninggalkan yang telah menyertai saudara-saudara itu, mereka dapat kembali menurut atau ke dalam alamnya sendiri-sendiri.
On the contrary, however, if you can maintain your position and bring these lower forces, these companions, forward with you, and can arrange them and manage them in such a way that you are able to give them satisfaction, then when the time comes that you have to depart, when you have to be separated from them, they will help you because you have been able to bring them to a place where they can easily return to their own world.
Jadi bagi saudara-saudara sendiri yang memang menjadi kehendak Tuhan dapat menduduki kembali manusia sebagai manusia, maka Tuhan akan memberikan jalan dan saudara akan tertuntun seperti saudara melakukan latihan di dunia ini.
And when that moment comes, you will be able to return to your original state, a human being who is truly a human being, and will be guided forward by God's power, exactly the way you are guided now when you do latihan every day here in the Congress.
Dan jiwa yang dikatakan hidup tentu akan hidup meskipun tidak seperti apa yang saudara terima di dunia ini.
And this soul, your human soul, will continue to live, certainly to live, but of course not in the way that you live here in this world.
Dan jiwa saudara dikatakan berkenan. Karena kita ibarat seperti bayi, jiwa juga mengalami suatu pertumbuhan, yaitu di mana saudara tidak mengerti, lambat laun akan menjadi mengerti, dan seterusnya, ya semuanya itu semua Tuhan yang Maha Mengetahui. Tetapi dengan latihan kejiwaan seperti ini, meskipun kita masih di dunia ini, berkat tuntunan Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, kita kadang-kadang diberi pengalaman-pengalaman, yaitu yang merupakan saksi. Jadi Tuhan Yang Maha Esa itu juga memerlukan saksi, saksi-saksi di mana umatnya dapat menyaksikan kekuasaan atau sebagian daripada kekuasaan yang menciptakan manusia.
And this growth of your human soul, or the development of the human soul, can be compared with the growth of a baby, in that you will experience a kind of development. For example, one day you do not understand something, and then there comes a moment when you begin to understand it. And indeed, in this matter, God is the guide and God knows everything. And in doing the latihan kejiwa, even though you are still in this world, you will also obtain moments of experiences from time to time in which you are required or enabled to bear witness to God's power. Because God Himself requires witnesses, and at times it is necessary for God's people to bear witness to the power that created them.
Dan kadang-kadang kalau ini suatu kehendak Tuhan, mungkin di antara saudara-saudara yang merasakan bisa mencium sesuatu yang tidak pernah saudara cium, atau dapat melihat sesuatu yang tidak pernah saudara lihat melalui mata yang saudara pakai di sehari-hari. Begitu selanjutnya, apa tangan, apa kaki, itu menunjukkan bahwa jiwa mata saudara dipinjami oleh kekuasaan Tuhan untuk dapat melihat sesuatu secara goib. Mungkin untuk lain orang tidak dapat diikuti atau dipelajari.
And this will take the form of, this can take many forms. For example, if by God's will, if it is God's will, you may at a certain moment smell something that is completely extraordinary and different from anything you have experienced or smelled before with your sense of smell. Or another person may at a certain moment see something that he or she has never seen before. And similar experiences we can receive through all our senses, whether it's with our feet, our hands, or whatever part of our being God wills. And and these experiences are experiences of the miraculous, which other people will not be able to replicate, because they are things that you cannot receive by studying them or by willing them or in any other way.
Ini perlunya kita melakukan latihan kejiwaan. Jadi manusia di situ harus berusaha untuk membuat dirinya sebagai tempat di mana Tuhan dapat menembus kekuasaan di dalam diri saudara. Maka ini juga bahwa di dalam latihan kejiwaan kadang-kadang kita merasakan sesuatu yang berat, yang dikatakan suatu pembersihan. Jadi ini memang suatu kenyataan bahwa manusia bukanlah makhluk yang sempurna, masih banyak memerlukan perkembangan pembersihan. Jadi dapat dikatakan bahwa di dalam sudut tidak selalu enak. Kadang-kadang kita merasakan sesuatu yang berat, sesuatu pembersihan yang harus kita alami. Dan disitulah Tuhan memberi percobaan bagi saudara-saudara untuk merasakan betapa banyaknya kita menjadi manusia yang berdosa.
And this is why it is so extraordinarily important for all of us to do the Latihan diligently and consistently. Because, and it is also the reason why in doing the Latihan, we have to go through experiences from time to time that are very difficult and very hard and very painful. And these experiences are called purification. And the reason we have to go through them is because the human being or a human being is not a perfect being. A human being is full of imperfections and sins which have to be cleaned out little by little. And that is why this subud, the process of this subud latihan, is not an easy way or always pleasant or comfortable. On the contrary, it is something that brings hope to us, the fact that we human beings are in general burdened by a lot of sins of many kinds.
Dan kalau sesuatu dirasa itu sesuatu kesalahan, janganlah kesalahan itu diulangi kembali dan diulangi kembali. Karena dengan demikian saudara akan runtuh atau gelap di dalam mawas dirinya, karena sudah tidak tahu lagi di mana letak kesalahan saudara.
And that is also why if you make a mistake, then try at least not to repeat it again and again, but to learn from your mistake and not to do it again. Because it is at that point that you will either be fortunate or end up in a state of darkness, where you may come to a point where you're no longer aware that you have made a mistake. You are no longer aware of the possibility of correcting that mistake.
Karena saudara sudah disebut dan sudah dapat merasakan kekuasaan apa yang di dalam diri saudara, maka di dalam hal ini saudara tidak mungkin akan membohongi dirinya sendiri, karena segala sesuatunya sudah ada di dalam diri saudara, artinya sudah disatap oleh saudara-saudara sendiri. Jadi misalnya kalau saudara menghadapi Tuhan, Tuhan tidak perlu mengatakan atau bertanya apa yang saudara perbuat selama di dunia ini, tetapi bahkan saudara sendiri yang bercerita apa yang telah saudara lakukan di dunia ini.
The purpose of your being in subud, or the meaning of the fact that you are in subud, means that you are becoming people who gradually become capable of no longer lying to yourself, of recognizing the truth of your own nature. And this is important because whatever you do in your life, it is noted within your being, so that if the time comes that you meet the power of God, or you meet God, God no longer has to ask you what you did during your life, because everything is recorded in this physical body, in this body which accompanies you wherever you go.
Kalau kita memikirkan bahwa manusia dapat melihat sesuatu dari komputer, maka seberapa jauh lagi Tuhan dapat berbuat sesuatu pada manusia. Jadi di situ semuanya sudah terlihat atau dapat nampak dengan jelas.
So you can imagine this to yourself. If we as human beings can bring up a database or records which we have compiled in a computer, how much more can the power of Almighty God? You can imagine how the power of Almighty God is capable of reading what is recorded in your being.
Dan ini bukan merupakan suatu cerita saja, tapi mungkin dari saudara-saudara sudah ada yang diberi kesaksian bagaimana Tuhan mencintai saudara-saudara sebagai yang diciptakan. Itu memberi kelonggaran hidup di dunia ini untuk memperbaiki kehidupan manusia. Mungkin manusia di zaman yang kita belum ada, atau manusia-manusia yang menurunkan kita di dunia.
And this is not just a story or a fairy tale, because I think there are among you already those who have experienced, have been given an experience or the proof of how much Almighty God loves us as His creatures. And you have received proof that this love is actually what has made it possible for us to have the opportunity to live our life in such a way that we can put right, that we can correct all the mistakes and all the sins and all the shortcomings that we have inherited, both from our own lives in this world, from before, of all the people who lived before us, and in particular our own ancestors.
Di sini saya tidak meneruskan apa yang akan kita alami di dunia akan, tetapi selama kita di dunia ini, kita mengharap bahwa mendapatkan kehidupan di dunia ini secara jujur, secara bahagia, secara damai. Janganlah membuat sesuatu tindakan atau pekerjaan yang rasanya membahayakan dirinya.
I'm not going to try and tell you what it is you will experience in your life from here on. But I do advise you to use carefully and consciously that which you receive in the Latihan, to benefit from it in order to live your lives, your outer lives, in a way that is honest and happy and peaceful, so that you can and not to do things, not to take actions or do some kind of work that is harmful to yourself or to other people.
Karena itu suatu kehendak Tuhan bahwa manusia bisa hidup rukun, yaitu antara sesama manusia, antara sesama bangsa, dan antara sesama pekerja.
Because it is actually God's will that human beings should be able to live in harmony between their families, between their countries, and in their work with the people they meet in the course of their work.
Lebih-lebih bagi saudara-saudara, kami menyadari bahwa sebagai warga suku, kita seolah-olah mempunyai dua lapangan, yaitu lapangan di dalam menjalani latihan kejiwaan, di mana kita harus berbagi rasa dan merasa bersatu di dalam mengolah kejiwaan ini. Tapi saudara juga harus bekerja di masyarakat, di mana mereka belum sejalan dengan apa yang saudara dan mati suku ini.
And this is even more true of us as Subud members, because as Subud members we are aware of two fields or two separate fields of activity in our life. The one is where we open our feelings and deepen our experience and our understanding of the life of our soul together with each other. And the second one is where we have to go out. We have to go outside and live our lives in a way that is responsible among people who are not aware of the things we have received doing our latihan.
Di masyarakat Subud sendiri, kita masih banyak kekurangan, yaitu di mana kita masih belum bisa mencapai kerukunan, baik di dalam kerja maupun di dalam kita melakukan tugas-tugas kejiwaan.
The fact is that even within our own group here in Subud, within the Subud community, there are still many shortcomings in this respect, where we fail to achieve harmony, whether it is in our work or in the kejiwa, in what concerns our soul. And our duties in the kejiwa.
Di mana kita masih ada kekurangan, yaitu di dalam dapat menguasai diri, karena sifat manusia itu ada yang tidak mau kalah atau mau menang sendiri, atau tidak mau mengerti dan merasa lebih mengerti. Karena praktek di dalam persahabatan tidak ada yang kalah atau menang. Apa yang kita dianggap mendapat suatu kemenangan. Karena semuanya adalah Tuhan yang melakukan.
This is because of our human nature, that we are not yet capable of controlling ourselves. We are not yet in charge of ourselves. We don't like to give way. We like to win. Sometimes we don't like to understand, or we think we already know better. Whereas the truth is that in the kejiwa, in the spiritual realm, or in the life of our soul, there is no such thing as winning and losing, because everything is enveloped in God's power.
Tapi kalau kita bisa menyadari bahwa kita bisa tukarkan ada yang membimbing, maka kesadaran itu akan selalu bisa membawa diri saudara itu untuk mengatasi keadaan yang bagaimana.
But we can overcome this, or we can avoid this situation if we are constantly aware that there is somebody guiding us at every moment, and that this guidance can overcome every difficulty and every problem that we face in our lives.
Kalau saudara merasa menang terus, itu kadang-kadang Tuhan akan memperingatkan saudara. Itu dengan keadaan-keadaan yang mungkin tidak saudara kendali. Tentu saja ini bukan keinginan dari kita semua, di mana kita hanya mempunyai tujuan satu, yaitu bakti.
If we, supposing we are a person who always feels we are right, then there will come a moment when God's power brings us face to face with a situation where we can see something that is very different from what we would like to see. And God will remind you through situations and events that may not be at all what you would hope for or what you would like to experience.
Tetapi kalau saudara merasa terbuka dan percaya kepada Tuhan, maka disitulah Tuhan akan memberi jalan apa yang baik untuk saudara.
But on the contrary, if we truly always follow Almighty God, if we truly always are open to God's power, then we will always be guided into a way that is right and in accordance with what we need.
Oleh karena itu saya harapkan bagi saudara-saudara Subud yang sudah lama latihan, ya yang sudah hampir 20 tahun Subud, maka tengoklah kembali apa jalan yang saudara tuju dan apa yang saudara ikuti. Dan bagi yang muda-muda, apa yang saya katakan tadi janganlah merupakan sesuatu yang menakutkan. Tetapi mulailah sedini mungkin. Saudara-saudara sebagai penerus Subud, kalau perbuatan yang tua-tua merupakan suatu kesalahan, janganlah diikuti apa yang salah, tetapi ikutilah yang benar.
So, what I would like to ask is that those of you who have been a long time in Subud, 30 years, 35 years, 25 years, to to really deeply feel again where you are going, why you are in Subud, and what is the purpose of your latihan, of why you are doing the latihan. While those of you who are young, who are new, try to prepare yourself as early as possible, as quickly as possible, to be the people who will take Subud forward. And if you see around you those who are older, those who are more experienced, doing something that is wrong, then don't imitate what is wrong, but try to be clear within yourself to do what is right.
Karena mengoreksi di dalam hidup adalah terletak di dalam diri saudara-saudara sendiri. Tidak ada orang lain yang dapat mengoreksi jiwa saudara. Meskipun itu seorang pembantu waktu, maka tidak akan dapat mengoreksi diri saudara.
Because the ability to correct someone, the responsibility to correct someone lies within their own being and not in the being of someone else. No matter who, even a helper, cannot correct what is in your own soul. It is only you yourself who can do it.
Dan Tuhan selalu memberi kemurahan kepada umatnya apabila umat itu memang mohon ampun dan mohon bimbingan.
And God always gives His grace and His mercy to His people if they ask for forgiveness and if they ask for His help.
Tentu di dalam kehidupan atau di dalam perkembangan kehidupan manusia banyak persoalan-persoalan yang telah membawa diri saudara masing-masing, yang kadang-kadang melupakan atau tidak menyadari lagi apa yang telah saudara berbuat atau yang saudara lakukan.
It is certainly true that all of us in our lives encounter innumerable problems, and any one of these can knock us off our road or mislead us into a state where we no longer are aware of what we are doing.
Karena disebut tidak ada ajaran. Jadi kalau kita tidak menengok kembali apa yang terjadi di dalam diri kita sendiri, maka kita sering dilupakan oleh pikiran, oleh perbuatan
Because in Subud there is no teaching and there is no code or anything like that. If we do not constantly reflect and look inside ourselves, we will be easily misled by the working of our own mind and by our own working and our own activities.
Oleh karena itu, peran agama di dalam kehidupan manusia ini perlu sekali. Karena disitulah telah diajari atau telah kita ikuti yang telah ditanamkan oleh orang tua kita atau atas keyakinan saudara masing-masing, itu melalui agama.
This is why in our lives the role of religion is very, very important. Because in religion we follow the precepts and the code or the morality that we have been given by our parents or by our own conviction or our own faith.
Saya kira apa yang saya katakan sore ini sudah cukup, dan mudah-mudahan saudara tidak kecewa bahwa penerangan yang saya adakan pada sore ini tidak begitu memuaskan saudara-saudara, dan mudah-mudahan hari ini Sabtu akan kita sambung kembali yang mungkin saya dapat menambahkan sesuatu apa yang perlu diketahui saudara-saudara sekalian. Yang kedua,
Brothers and sisters, I believe that is all I need to say to you this afternoon. And I want to ask your forgiveness if what I have said is not enough or in some way disappointing to you. I will speak again on Saturday to helpers and those who have been doing the Latihan for more than 5 years, and I hope to be able to say some more at that point.